Hello everyone, welcome to this week's weekly market view for Monday the 15th of July to Friday the 19th of July 2024. My name is Vishal. Let's get started. All right, let's start with the Nifty analysis now. And this is the daily chart of the Nifty. And as you can clearly see that I have some horizontal lines plotted on my chart. These are the open interest lines. And we have a big news coming up on the 23rd of July, which is the union budget. Now, this could be considered as a pre-budget rally, but as we see right now on the chart, 24,500 is going to be acting as a strong support for the market. And to the upside, now we have 25,000. Okay, so if I just look at this overall range over here, this is from nearly a 500-point range, which is pretty normal for the Nifty. Any break below the 24,500 level on the Nifty on a daily chart will probably move the prices down a little bit below this 24,400 line. And if the prices do break this 24,400 line, then it's very likely that the market is likely to head towards 24,000. But at this moment in time, a market is looking a little bit more bullish than bearish. And if 24,500 does act as a support, then we might see 24,700 and 24,900 coming in the few days. Let's quickly have a look at the Bank Nifty. The Bank Nifty is behaving a little differently than the Nifty. The Nifty is trying to push up further and trying to move up, continuously making all-time highs. But the Bank Nifty is uncertain, and also, when you have this big news coming out, things become a little more unpredictable, right? So now if you look at the support on the Bank Nifty, 51,000 is acting as a very, very strong support point. Will the market actually, or will the Bank Nifty correct until that point? We don't know. But even if it does, 51,000 is going to be acting as a strong support for the market. And if Nifty does break to the upside, then 52,500 is the highest resistance. And that is why you can see over here for quite a few days, that is nearly for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, we are unable to break this 52,500 level. So in case if the market does break this 52,500 level, it might retest this level as a support and then possibly move towards 53,000 level first and then towards 54,000 level. In case if the market does break to the downside, then it might reverse and retest this 52,000 level support and then possibly head down to the 51,000 level. So more or less, we are going to be seeing a little bit of a more bigger range or a wider range on the Bank Nifty as compared to the Nifty. So let's see what happens in the days to come. Okay, let's now move on to the next index, which is the Nifty Financial Services. And as compared to the Bank Nifty, pretty much this chart also looks the same. However, we are seeing a very clear support of 23,500 where Nifty is taking support. And to the upside, we have 24,000 odd levels as the first resistance point, and then you have 24,500 odd levels. So again, the scenario is going to play out the same. If Finnifty begins to take support at this 23,500 level, then we might see Finnifty first moving to close this gap of 24,000. And if it does close about 24,000, then it might retest 24,000 again to move towards 24,500. In case if Nifty breaks to the downside, then we might have to see a closing below 23,500 level. The next support on the Nifty will be 23,200 levels. And then it's more likely that the push might force the Nifty to come into this level of demand. All right. So let's keep a close watch this week. Market is already showing signs of very high volatility coming into this week. All right, now let's move to the Nifty Midcap Select Index. And as you can clearly see that on expiry day, in fact, today we have two expiries, the Midcap and the BankX. And you can see how the Midcap Index tends to behave extremely violently on expiry days. Makes trading extremely difficult in such situations, because if you are like trading your option straddles or your strangles, then it's more likely that in such a big move to the upside and to the downside, both the sides stop loss are likely to get triggered. Okay, now There are ways and means of tackling these situations, but let's talk a little bit about the levels today. So as we can clearly see, 12,450 on the mid cap Nifty is acting as a strong support. Market did go a little bit beyond that today, created a little bit of a panic, and then tried to fill this gap. And now you can clearly see that after filling this gap, the market is pushing up strongly to the upside. Now, what are the resistances for the mid-cap Nifty? So, based on today's expiry, 12,550 is going to act as a strong resistance. So, around this area, we might see some profit booking coming in on the mid-cap Nifty in case if the mid-cap Nifty pushes up and moves extremely strongly to the upside. All right, let's look at Sensex and let's look at some of the key Sensex levels. And as I'm refreshing my chart now, pretty much the Nifty and the Sensex are behaving likewise. Price has taken support at 80,500. And the resistance on the Sensex is a little far away right now. So we have the first barrier, which is 81,000. But I'm assuming that this 81,000 barrier is more likely to cross. But what is going to be more interesting to see is that once Sensex comes towards 82,000 and 83,000, how does it actually behave? So it's very, very clear and evident on the Sensex. Market does want to push up, and market is taking support at lower levels. So any kind of a retracement back to lower levels, it's just going to be bought back and markets are pushing up. Okay, let's move on to the BankX now. And if you look at the BankX, today is the BankX expiry as well. And Wednesday being a holiday, we are going to have the Bank Nifty expiry tomorrow. So it will be interesting now to see how the Bank Nifty also behaves tomorrow and also in the post lunch session. So very, very clear on the BankX. 60,200 is acting as a strong support, but today the prices did go a little bit below that, took support at 60,000. So 60,000, 60,200, these are the two key levels for support. And right now we are hitting a resistance level of 60,500. Now, if the market does happen to close on the smaller time frame slightly above this resistance, then we might see something like this happening. May not happen today, but may happen in the days to come if all the indices turn bullish. Okay, now pretty much we are done with our index analysis, but I want to talk a little bit about the India VIX now. So I'm just going to flip to the India VIX chart, and we are going to analyze the India VIX to know a little bit more about what the India VIX is doing. Okay, so let's start off with the weekly chart for India VIX. And I've been talking about this chart for a very, very long time. And you can see that the moment the price has come into this weekly level of demand, the India VIX has just consolidated for nearly 4 weeks. And this is the 5th week now where it is showing that it wants to move to the upside. Now, we are today on the 15th, right? And we have the budget on the 23rd. It's going to be very, very rare that the India VIX does not move up or the volatility does not pick up before the budget. So it's very, very likely that this volatility is going to start picking up, and it has already done that from today onwards. And we expect to see a rise in the India VIX, maybe coming closer to the 16.75 handle. And maybe when the budget comes closer, we might even see the 22 handle. If this happens, there's going to be huge volatility in the market. I mean, there are going to be swings to the downside. There are going to be swings to the upside. So if you are planning to trade this period, you have to be very, very careful, and you have to make sure that you don't, at least even if you don't make money, it's a different thing altogether, but at least protect your capital. So which means that if you are taking any options positions, please do not take any naked options. Selling calls, selling puts is absolutely prohibited in this period. And any trading that you are doing, specifically if you're doing swing and positional trading, make sure that your positions are hedged, and the most that you can lose is a limited risk that you want to take. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We are going to be expecting to see volatility rising in the days to come. Wednesday is going to be a holiday. And we are going to see some volatility coming in tomorrow as well. Okay, so keep a close watch on this week and next week till the 23rd, because we are going to see that happening. And then after 23rd, we are going to see a definite drop in the VIX. So it'll be interesting to see now where this VIX chart is going to move because of the budget. And then after the budget, how does it react and, start falling down again? All right. So this is about the India VIX. Now let's quickly look at the heavyweights and let us try to get some evidence of what the market is doing right now. All right. So this is the HDFC Bank chart, and pretty much I have been talking about the 1600 level. Market has just been consolidating, forming these nearly these 4 to 5 indecision candles. Even today's candle, if you see on HDFC Bank, is more of an indecision candle. Now, this probably means two things. Either the institutions are accumulating positions over here closer to the 1600 mark, because markets have nearly fallen on HDFC Bank from sub 1800 levels to nearly sub 1600 levels. So that's a 200-point move on HDFC Bank. And that is what has caused a lot of volatility in the Bank Nifty, and that has caused weakness in the Bank Nifty because HDFC Bank is the prime heavyweight in the Bank Nifty. However, based on the open interest levels, we do see that HDFC Bank is likely to take support. In case if this support does break to the downside, we are expecting that price might come into this level of demand and then probably start moving up again towards the 1800 level. So this is what is expected to happen. Whether this will happen or no, we don't know. But a key level to watch out for will be the 1600 level and also this level of demand on HDFC Bank. Let's now move on to the next heavyweight, which is Reliance. And let us see what Reliance is doing right now. So based on the daily chart of Reliance, Reliance has just been consolidating, right? And it has been consolidating more or less in this, this rectangle box over here, right? So first it was consolidating here, then it broke out of the box, it retested, and now it's trying to move up, okay? Now there are two possibilities that can happen. The first possibility is that for Reliance to move up further, it needs to break out of this consolidation, which means we need to have a candle close above this area and then possibly a retest and then a move towards 3,300. And if that does not happen, and if for some reason Reliance breaks to the downside, then the opposite is more likely to take place, which is the market will come out of this rectangular consolidation, will try to break 3,100 to the downside and then try to retest it before eventually going down towards 3,000. So actually Reliance is quite interestingly poised, and I'm assuming that most of the stocks are going to be in such situations, taking into consideration what the budget is holding for some of these stocks. So keep a close watch on this week. Trade safe, everyone. Have a lovely week. Thank you so much for watching these weekly videos on a regular basis. Do give your valuable comments in the comment section, and looking forward to see you all next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.